more and more people are wanting to come visit or live in Costa Rica. However, this pandemic has made it much more difficult. So what are the requirements to enter Costa Rica? And depending on where you're from, your country might require you to have a COVID test before even going home. So where do you get that? Well, in today's video, we're going to discuss all that and more. And we're going to make it so easy that you can download a free PDF that outlines step by step all the things that are required and where you can go get the COVID test so that when you do come to Costa Rica, you can enjoy your time in paradise. Let's talk about the requirements to enter Costa Rica and outline the 6 steps which will make your travel to Costa Rica easy. We'll show you the best place to get your travel insurance, fill out the health pass together so you know what to expect, and learn exactly what to do before going to the airport so you don't have any problems when it's time to fly to Costa Rica. But if your home country requires you to get a COVID test before going home, you need to know where to get a COVID test. So we'll give you a PDF which will tell you where you can get that COVID test regardless of where in Costa Rica you're enjoying paradise. The requirements to enter Costa Rica change often, so the best place to stay updated is in our new Living in Costa Rica forum. It's free to join the forum, and there you can keep updated with the latest on the requirements to enter Costa Rica and download the free PDF. There are some premium areas in the forum, and if you find our videos helpful, joining our forum as a premium member is a great way to support us while also getting a ton of valuable information and the ability to connect with other people who are like-minded and have an interest in Costa Rica. It's only $10 a month, which is about 33 cents a day, and helps us to continue to go out and produce these highly informative, fun, and educational videos about Costa Rica. Let's get started with the 6 steps you need to meet the requirements to enter Costa Rica. Step 1. Determining your exact travel dates and purchasing your plane tickets. It's best to get your plane tickets first so you know for sure what dates you need travel insurance. There are a lot of options when it comes to buying travel insurance, and when COVID came on the scene, it created an environment where businesses decided to jump on the bandwagon and provide this insurance since there is such a high demand. However, it's important to note you're not buying COVID insurance, you're buying traveler's insurance, and it's best to buy travel insurance from the experts. While the pandemic has forced many people to buy travel insurance when they normally might not, having travel insurance has always been a good idea, especially if you're traveling to a foreign country. It's not uncommon for people to get sick when going to a foreign country because their body simply is not used to the water, the food, and, well, sometimes accidents happen. We recommend Trawick International because we found they provided us the best customer support service at a fair price, and it helps that they have been providing insurance for their customers since 1998. It's also important to note that Trawick International is not sponsoring this video. We just want to recommend the best option. However, inside the forum, we do list some other insurance options. So let's see how easy it is to get travel insurance so you meet Costa Rica's minimum travel insurance requirements because of the current COVID situation. It's very easy to purchase travel insurance at TrawickInternational.com. Filling out their form only takes minutes. Select your destination, your home country, home state, enter your departure and return dates. It is important to mention that you must have insurance for the duration of your stay. Otherwise, when you get to immigrations, if you want to visit Costa Rica for 30 days, but they see you only purchase insurance for 10 days, they will only give you a 10-day stamp in your passport. Okay, now you can hit next and enter your age, add any other travelers that are needed, enter your trip cost, and I entered the price of my plane ticket, and the deposit date was the day I purchased my plane ticket. Now you can get your quote. $72.87 is a great price, but let's look at another popular option and see how they compare. Sagicor is another company that I see recommended often. However, when I did a little bit of research, I couldn't find any history about the company. It appears it's from Costa Rica, but I can't see anything about the company other than they're trying to sell insurance because of the COVID situation. But let's take a quick look. I can scroll down and I can click on individual plans. If I'm over 70, I got to choose this plan, which tells me it's going to be way more expensive, but I can choose this plan right here since I'm under. I immediately have a price here. It says $33.90, but that's for 3 days. Well, for me, I need to be here for 90 days, and I can immediately see the plan is $540, and that's before I put anything down. Wow. But let's compare apples to apples. Right here, it kind of shows what is the summary of coverage. Okay, and it says medical expense including medication, $20,000, and so I'm not required to have $50,000 because I'm buying it here in Costa Rica, which makes me think, well, it ought to be cheaper. And lodging expense of $4,000 maximum, and the rest of this right here. Well, I'm only presented with this coverage. Let's take a look at Trawick. At Trawick, this does cover me for $2,000 in coverage, $50,000 total. And if I take a look right here, I've got trip cancellation. I can cancel for any reason, trip interruption, trip delay, airline fees, missing connections, baggage, pets, all kind of stuff. So yes, I think I'll buy right now from Trawick. After you purchase your insurance, you'll get an email with your necessary documents. Always check your junk or spam folders, as sometimes emails accidentally get routed to the wrong place. I got my email from Trawick almost instantly. And as you can see here, it made it real easy because I just simply clicked on these 3 blocks and that allowed me to download these 3 documents onto my computer. I put them in a folder, and then when it was time for me to fill out my Health Pass, I could easily upload these 3 documents to make life much easier. Now that we have our plane tickets, purchased our insurance, and have our documents ready to go, it's time for step 3, and that is to fill out the Health Pass. But you must wait and do this only within 48 hours of boarding your plane. So let's go fill out this form together so you'll know what to expect. I had a few technical difficulties due to how the website was created. Doing this together will help you avoid those problems. Now that we are at the Health Pass website, let's get started. As soon as you click Fill Form, you'll see a 1.5-minute long video that will give you a little bit of helpful information and some more written info below the video. The most important things you should know are the 4 bullet points that remind you that when you buy insurance, your provider must make sure you have some sort of document that has these 4 things: your name, date of insurance, at least $50,000 worth of coverage for medical expenses, and a minimum of $2,000 worth of coverage for extended lodging expenses if you are quarantined. Once you understand, you can begin by checking the box. Indicate if you're traveling as a diplomat. Select your mode of transportation. Enter the airline you have tickets with, and I found it easier to begin typing the name of the airline and then selecting my airline when I saw it. However, later you will see that when I tried to type in and select, that didn't work for me. Enter your flight number. Select the airport you're going to fly into, your date of arrival to Costa Rica. Hit next, and then you need to confirm that everything is correct. This step is important because when you get to the airport, they will compare this info with your boarding pass. So make sure you don't have an error right here. Then hit next. choose your nationality, and it says in the empty field, do not use device auto-suggest, which is clearly saying our website doesn't work properly. This is not uncommon in Costa Rica. You will see I attempted to put in American, but that didn't give me what I needed, so I began typing United States of America, and I saw what I needed, but when I selected it, the website pre-filled Tanzania, United Republic of, and I didn't catch that right away. Hence, this is the reason their website said, do not use device auto-suggest. I think the best way for you to quickly fill out this form is to put your cursor inside the empty field and then scroll to find the correct answer. Then click on it. Select if you are a legal resident of Costa Rica. Then choose your country of residence, which I could never figure out how to get United States of America in there, so I attempted to skip it. Enter your passport number, your first and middle name, if you have a middle name, your last name, then choose your sex, your date of birth, enter your email address. This is so they can email you your QR code when you're finally done. Enter your phone number, your profession or occupation. Do you have direct family ties with any Costa Ricans? And now hit next. But since I could never get the country of residence to work, I was directed back to fill it out. So I decided to try and see if it would take Costa Rica, since I do technically live here. And it allowed me to select Costa Rica, but for whatever reason, it wouldn't allow me to select United States of America. Strange, but let's continue. Now I have to add my address of where my country of residence is, which is St. Joseph for the province, Pérez Zeledón for the city, and Rivas for the district. Then some sort of directions to my house, but since Costa Rica does not have a 911 address system, I have to write my own set of directions based on landmarks. Then hit next. Let's continue on to step 3. Enter my seat number, purpose of my trip, the country I am traveling from, and this time the website allows me to simply type my answer. Interesting. The date I am leaving my country, and it appears the date of arrival is pre-filled, so I skip that one. List all of the countries I visited in the last 14 days, and this time clicking on one of the choices seemed to work just fine. All right. List anyone traveling with you and hit next. Okay, let's continue with step 4. If you have any of these symptoms, you need to select it. Hopefully you do not and can select none of the above, which I missed and had to go back and do. Then indicate if you've been in contact with or around people who may have COVID-19, but hopefully you can select none of the above. Then, if you bought your insurance with Trawick, you would choose International, otherwise choose one of the other options. Enter your coverage start date and end dates. Then upload the files provided to you by the insurance carrier. Finally, tick both of the boxes that you agree, and you can finally generate your QR code. If you have filled out everything, which I didn't, after selecting none of the above, I was able to get my QR code. Now it's time for step 4, and that's making sure you have your QR code after filling out your health pass. Now you have several options to get your QR code, and I chose to download and have the website send me the QR code to my email address. I also took a picture of the QR code so I could easily show it to the airline personnel once I arrived to the airport. The QR code will be your most important document and is what you will show the most when you get to the airport. However, you'll also need to show your insurance document. Trawick calls this the visa letter. That proves you have the correct amount of insurance to cover all the days you plan on being in Costa Rica. Now, I'm a high-tech redneck and I don't like to carry paper. So Trawick made this process easy by allowing me to install their Trawick app on my phone, which then made it easy to present my important insurance visa letter document inside the app. Okay, on to step number 5. Have proof of a return ticket to your home country. Most travelers who are visiting Costa Rica will normally have a return ticket. But if you're planning to live in Costa Rica or you plan on staying longer than a brief visit, you might think, I'll just buy my return ticket later. However, almost every time we've checked in at the airport, they've asked to see our return ticket. Costa Rica wants to know you have a return ticket showing you are leaving the country. We've almost missed our flight because we planned on buying a ticket later and were forced to buy a ticket prior to checking in at the airport. If you're a legal resident of Costa Rica, obviously this is not a requirement for you. Step 6. Arrive early to the airport. While this seems like a no-brainer, because of the pandemic and the ever-changing requirements to enter Costa Rica, it takes a lot longer to check in, go through security, and board your plane than before. I was about 4 hours early at the Miami International Airport, and by the time I finally made it all the way through, I only had about 45 minutes to an hour before it was time to board my plane. If you follow these 6 simple steps, you should not have any problems entering Costa Rica and you'll be able to enjoy paradise. Lastly, when it's time for you to return home, your country may require you to get a COVID test prior to returning home. If this is the case for you, you can download our free PDF that gives you a list of all the testing centers located in Costa Rica. This PDF is broken down to show testing laboratories in 9 different areas, making it easy for you to find a testing lab near you. If you enjoy this requirements to enter Costa Rica video, please give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Join our forum to download that free PDF, and we look forward to meeting you and chatting with you in the forum.